Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kati and today I'm going to give you an update on my 2024 lineup because I filmed that video 10 days ago and I counted that I have made about a dozen of changes since then. So I decided it's time to make an update video, and I said in that lineup video that I keep changing things and that's why it's hard to film it, because things keep changing, and now I proved that again to myself and to you. But the one thing that hasn't changed is my planner. So I'm still happy in my pocket rings setup with anything else than pocket ring inserts. But today we are going to talk about what has changed. And part of this all changing is that I have promised to make a full cover collection video, and when I started to plan that, I of course started to go through all my covers and realized there's a lot and decided to start selling them. So that's one reason why I started to look at my lineup in new eyes and just start making decisions about what to let go and what do I really like and love and what works. So this is my morning pages on the go, and I decided that I'm trying to sell this cover. So it's an A5 fabric cover and I haven't succeeded yet, but I decided to try. So I stripped my A5 notebook from that cover and this is now my morning pages on the go. And it's bent because it came to me like this when I ordered it, so that's why I'm not worried about how this notebook will end up, because I don't save my morning pages. After the notebook is full, I will trash it. The thoughts that you have first thing in the morning are nothing to save, I think. Then the second change was that I decided finally to take my Hobonichi Weeks out of this cover. I had them in this Gillio Slim Appunto, and this is so big that it fits 2 Hobonichi Weeks, but I just realized that I don't like to use these because of the cover. Because the one thing that I love about the Hobonichi Weeks is the slimness and that it's lace flat. So if I put it in a cover, I lose those things that I love about the Hobonichi Weeks. So I just took these both out of the cover, and these are, I don't know how they call this, but this shiny material, which is not at all fun to film. So I just took these out of the cover and decided not to put any cover on them and just put them on my shelf like this. Of course, I have been now having trouble to remember which one is which, but I will slowly learn it. The other one even doesn't know it. Oh, it says it here, but I don't see this when it's on my shelf because it doesn't have kind of any color. So I have learned that this that says 24 is my tarot journal, and this is where I do my time tracking, movement tracking, weekly review. And I like to use them now more without the cover. So then this cover was free and I decided to move my spending tracker in this cover. So then this other Gillio Slim Appunto was left without a job, and I'm trying to sell it now because I don't really need 2 of these, because as I said, I don't enjoy using this as a Hobonichi Weeks cover, because when I use this I lose the things that I love about the Hobonichi Weeks, and I'm not carrying the Hobonichi Weeks is not a carry planner for me. It's for journaling. So I don't need any card pockets and coin pockets and back pockets and everything like that for my Hobonichi week. So this is just excess and I'm trying to sell it. I don't know if I will succeed, but that's what I'm trying. So I was just looking at my covers and realized that this navy blue one is nothing that would like spark great joy in me, and I had my fountain pen and ink journal in here. So I decided to put my fountain pen and ink journal in this cover, this Ochichuke, which I like very much. So here is my ink journal. Then, because this was my money notes, everything to do with my finances, I decided to put my finances notes in this flower lace, because this is also one of my favorite covers, and I had my avec in here because I was using that at the beginning of the year, but because I stopped using the avec and this was just left as random planner cover dreams notebook, I felt that it was like kind of waste to keep it in this. So I just decided to mix things up a little, because I have been using this a very long time as my money notebook. So I just decided that, well, why not mix things a bit up? And then I showed that in my planner lineup. I had the Yumi Koto Hobonichi cover that has ships on the ocean and some lighthouses, and I was looking at that and was like, I don't really need that. That's the one cover when I learned that it's so much about the details. I talked about that in my, I talked about it in my FOMO video. So that cover had very bright details here on the bookmarks, and that was the one detail that started bugging me in that cover, and I didn't want to cut the bookmarks out, and in the end it didn't spark joy in the same way as these do. I just decided, okay, I will try to sell it, and I managed to sell it. That was actually the first thing that I sold. So I had a paper O notebook in that Yumikoto cover, and I put the paper O in here in this navy blue that was left when I started to do this mixing, and here I now write random project notes. And a random project is, for example, now that I'm selling my covers and other stationery, so I write here and plan prices and calculate shipping prices and so this is just for random project notes now. And yes, this was left without a cover, but I don't mind. I just keep it like this on my shelf now, and it's just fine. And the great thing is, now that I have reduced my Hobonichi covers, I feel that I would have maybe space to buy one new if there would be something that I really, really want. But because I had, I had 5 Hobonichi A6 covers, and that was just too much for me, considering how many A6s I use. So I felt that was too much, and I was out of quota, and I couldn't buy any more A6 covers. So now I maybe have again space for one, if they would release something that I really, really, really want. Then again, because I was preparing my cover collection video and I went through what I had in my stash, I decided to try again this one. I don't think that I have maybe even shown this before on my channel, because this is something that I have bought before, way before I started my channel in 2020. So this is an, okay, I was trying to show you it. This is a chick sparrow, but it wasn't originally in this size. I have cut this to passport size. So this was an A6 traveler's notebook that I have cut to passport size, and when I cut it, I was a bit like, oh, what did I do? It's not fully red, so when I cut it, I got these edges that don't have the color. So this edge is the original front edge, and then this is what I got when cutting it. And I cut this before I had bought my Travelers Company passport TNs. So this was my, yes, I was trying to sell this cover as an A6. It didn't sell, so then I was like, okay, I will cut it to passport and try if I like the passport. And then I did, so then I decided to buy the Travelers Company passport. We will get to that next. Now I'm using this as my, that was a long story. I'm using this now as my daily journal. And what I took away from my daily journal was this Travelers Company blue passport cover. That was the one that I bought when I had tried this. So I did kind of go back to the original. And then when I cut it, I got these square corners and I didn't enjoy them back then. But now that I have been using my planner, I have been like accustomed to square corners, so now they don't bother me. And I was thinking about rounding them, but then I realized that I wouldn't get probably any nice rounded corners, so I was like, let it be, just let it be. So now this was left without a job, but I was thinking, this is now in the pending category, so I was thinking if I could, I have two options: to put an passport notebook here just and keep it as notes on the go. I have a problem, it's a positive problem. So when I go out for walks, that is the time when I get my best ideas and most ideas. So I wish that I would have something to write those ideas down. Of course I have my phone with me, but I don't enjoy writing notes on my phone. That's too slow for me because I have to take the phone and search for an app and then type, and it's like I don't enjoy it. So it would be just so much quicker to have a paper, pen, and just quickly write, and then afterwards I probably don't understand what I have meant with my notes. So a notebook, or I was also thinking I could put here mini rings and have mini inserts. So that is also one idea, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet, and then I'm also wondering how this will survive if there is rain, when my hands are sweaty. But then I also thought that it would be an interesting experiment to look how this will look after that I have used it with my sweaty hands. But if I'm carrying this when I'm going out for walks, I need a bag for it. So it's not a simple thing. But I really would like to have paper and pen when I'm going out. So I'm thinking about that still. Then I was in my TN cover box stash and I found this again. Now I can show you. This is again a Chick Sparrow before I started my channel. So this is an A6 with 4 strings, and A6 with 4 inserts is just well, now I'm that stupid to say, because if we compare it to this, these are about the same, like in thickness, but of course the A6 is bigger. So I have always felt that this is too big to use as a planner and as a journal. I have this text here. This is it. Mein Leben, just do it. And I have mixed languages So because this is meaningful for me, so but then I thought that why did I do it? I will never be able to sell this cover, and I have never tried to sell this cover because of this. So this is now a good reminder not to do these things anymore for my covers. But now I got it out of the box and back in use, so I put my Q&A for the soul in here, because this is the only thick A6 book that I use, and it fits here. You can see it fits very nicely in here, and now I have a place for my pen also, so that is nice. So I'm just now getting a use out of this cover. I think it's better in use than in the box, because probably I'm not going to ever be able to sell it. Then just a few quick updates. I did complete my to-do getting things done app change. So I moved everything that I had in the to-do app to Nirvana. So that project is complete and I'm happy about it. And yes, I took this also to my bedside. So I haven't used it yet, but now I see it there. So maybe, let's see if one night I will write a worry here. So, but I think it's better there beside my bed. So that change I have also made. And then the last one, my Travelers Company olive cover. I'm trying to sell this too. I had some empty notebooks in here to fill with memories, but I really don't need this cover to fill those memories in those notebooks. So I'm trying to sell it. I haven't succeeded yet, but I'm trying, so that I'm just trying now to get rid of everything that isn't like my favorite or has a very good use. So I'm trying now to simplify and minimize. And even though I'm trying to sell a few covers from my collection, and I did also sell the second half of the Hobonichi Avec that I had, so it doesn't mean that I don't have anything to show you in my full cover collection, so don't worry about that. I counted, I have still about 40 covers left, even though I would be able to sell a few. So these are just a few drops in the ocean if I'm able to sell them. But that was my quick update on what I have changed already in a week after filming my full lineup. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. I hope to see you down below in the comments and in my next video. Bye bye.